Good morning, good people, or good afternoon, good people. I hope everybody's having a great day. I am so far. We are back in sunny Florida, so it's always a great day in sunny Florida. I am going to talk to you folks. I'm going to do some work out in the sun, hopefully get a little bit more color on my dome so I look like I actually live in Florida. I got this thing, like Crystal can walk past like a window that has the drapes open and the sun hits her. And she turns like this golden brown. It's just like glowy and super like sexy and shit like that. And I sit out in the sun for 3 hours and I look like I'm covered in dirt. I don't understand what happens here. It's not fair. Like it is. It's just. I mean, it's fair because like she gets to benefit from it. But like I tan like a reddish dirt color. You know, like she tans like this golden, like gorgeous brown. It's just amazing. And I look like I just got back from a mud bog. It's very strange. It's kind of like a microcosm of us too. Like she's just like this amazing, intelligent, dainty thing. And I'm like a fucking hammer that smashes every nail. So anyway, just thoughts. I want to say hi to everybody, and then we're going to talk about something. I'm going to try something a little different here. I'm actually going to try to shoot a freestanding portion of a video in this video so I can then use it as a freestanding video. So all of you are going to help me. I'll be like, okay, here we go, recording, and then we're going to go. So anyway. Hello, my name is Uncle John, and I'm addicted to Alan Roberts' mindset of embracing reality. I appreciate that, Uncle John. I think everybody should embrace reality. I think it's, the messed up thing is I think it's coming. I just wonder if it's already a little too late, because we're way over the tipping point on a lot of issues in our society. A lot of issues. Finally managed to make a live stream. Annabelle, that's great. Morgan, I can tell already by the thumbnail it's going to be great. I'm kind of, we'll talk about it in a second. I'm going to say hi to everybody. I see what you try to do there. You got me distracted. My ADHD was on fleek. And my mental jewels is outside. So I need to pick up some more mental jewels anyway. But anyway. Julian, what's going on? John, I already talked to you. How you been? Trina V. Me too, Uncle John. That's good. Alan for president, freedom for all. I am the most unelectable human being probably on the planet. I would never get elected. Ever. I am an atheist redneck from the north who believes the only problem with the death penalty is we don't use it enough and we should apply it to pedophiles and rapists also, who believes in absolute freedom, that the government should know nothing about me and I should know everything about the government, and I believe in complete term limits and that the government should not be able to run a deficit at all. I'd never ever make it to office. They'd have and if it looked like I was going to win by popularity, they would make it look like I offed myself in some sort of seriously embarrassing fashion, like Alan Roberts died, presidential candidate died last night trying to fuck a monkey or something like that. It would be horrible. They would find a way to completely embarrass me as they killed me. So we're going to avoid that. Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Jackie Kook. I almost said Jackie Cock, but I'm just in a mood today. Good God. Sometimes I don't know how it's going to be until I sit down with the camera, But, oh, shit. You've been spending too much time in PA and Ohio there. I grew up in PA, and I grew up there. I can't be in the sun. I turn into a tomato. I get red, like real fucking red, and then I get dark after a while. But Crystal was for real. Like she walks outside real quick, and it's like all of a sudden it's like this glow and everything like that, and I just get super sunburnt, sticky to the touch sunburnt on my dome and shit like that, and then it peels, I molt. I haven't molted yet this season, so I'm part bird apparently too. I don't know. So. Sarah, how are you? That Lindsay with an A. My freckles just multiply. Commercial before Alan. It was probably V-Shreds or something, I don't know. So. I do tan. No, I tan really, really well, but I get really dark. I actually get darker than Crystal, but I look like I'm dirty. I'm dirty. It's dirty, right, honey? It's dirty. Anyway, I actually get darker than her. I get I can be like completely like dark suntan, dark skinned. I almost just got myself in serious trouble. I almost identified as black. What the fuck? Holy shit! I'm transracial. They're coming. The blue hairs and the fucking and the ox fucking handle nose people are fucking coming to my door right now. Did you just try to say you were black? No, but I try to say I identify as black, sir, and he'd be like, I'm a man! So, get it? So. Just finished my workout. Breast cancer survivor here getting jacked. Fuck yeah! Ashley Wilcox, FOTF mod. I don't know what the FOTF is, but all right. Dory, how you doing? Adele, how you doing? Sheeny Beanie, what's happening? No swearing. No swearing. Like, I find that to be a problem. Like, because then, like, when the president or a congressional candidate does swear, everybody's like, ooh, they're serious, they swore. Meanwhile, they're saying fuck every other word. Like, I talk a little bit exaggerated how most people fucking talk. Like, you're telling me that you don't swear in your daily life? For real? Why are you watching your words so carefully? Like, in the last 3 years, you have not said fuck at least once a day. What the fuck? You need to get some psychological counseling, because there's been a lot to say what the fuck about in the last 3 years. Imagine a bald man saying what? I'll get to it. Fucking calm your ass, motherfucker. Got a notification this time. Thank you. Good. And Megan Ann, what's happening? Finally catching you live for once. Hey, Megan, I'm gonna reach. Like, I'm gonna try to get like a little like tribunal of people together. And I was thinking, since it's going to be mostly women, I'm going to invite like the best woman I know, and it's my wife. That way she can sit down with everybody too, and we'll just have like go around, and we'll even open it to like you guys can ask her how she puts up with me, and then we can talk about differences and all sorts of shit. I think it's super important. Feel you on the ADHD. I'm having an ADHD day. That's for fucking sure. Alan's adoration for Crystal was always so sweet. She's she's everything. I would murder all of you for her. Like if I thought one of you had an organ she needed, you better run. I'm giving you like forewarning. If my wife would need an organ transplant and one of you has it, disappear. That's the best warning I can give you. I'm still going to find you, and I'm going to get that organ. Like, trust on it. But I'll give you a fair start. So run. I'll make it quick. We said that about the last two presidents we had. I'm sure you could get far. We'll see. I'm not saying never. Alan Roberts, President of the United States. People would freak the fuck out. Abolish the government. I believe that too. Well, to be fair, most people in government worship themselves. True. They'd Epstein me. They would Epstein me like that. I'm telling you, they would make it super embarrassing too. Like, caught trying to sneak into the elephant enclosure for unknown reasons. Naked Alan Roberts. I mean, it would be bad. It would be horrible. Where's Awesome Sauce? Saucy! I don't know. Kristen giggling in the background. Half of what I'm doing right now is to make her laugh. So, just so you know. I mean, I wouldn't actually kill any of you to get a body part that you'd know of. But if she needed it, you're fucked. Yeah, just so you know, if she needed one, you're fucked. Fucked. What? I'm just being honest, baby. Agreed on a death penalty review. I just don't understand. Like, they're not going to be rehabilitated. Like, I'm a big believer. We can get into all that later. We'll go back to that. Susanna, how are you doing? Don't let yourself get Epstein. I knew there were issues. Well, if you die fucking a monkey, we'll know that you got into politics. Very valid. Very valid. Yeah, my frail Midwestern skin just goes straight to tomato mode. Get out in the sun, though. Vitamin D is good for you. If everybody would have gotten vitamin D, like if everybody would have spent 30 minutes out in the sun at the very beginning of the pandemic, pretty much the same shit likely would have happened, because it was for very, 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 very sick and elderly people. The people that died were going to do the dying anyway, just to be honest. It probably would have been nothing, because in fact, COVID was literally a fucking cold. Like literally a fucking cold. But it would have made you healthier for everything else. Alan is hella saucy today. I'm just getting going, motherfuckers. I'm just getting going. Like, you guys gotta understand, we slept, like, we had 2 red-eye flights in like 4 days last week. Like, plus physical workouts and all like that. Like, I was fucking exhausted the last couple of days. I feel pretty good today. I've only taken a half an ember too. I'm a little behind on water, but I did eat. I wanted to make sure I got some I did a little protein forward focus. I'm going to tell John. Please do. How is good old Johnny boy? Has he completely switched now? Has he like got a shaved head, and is he like a diehard Republican now? Because he is such a fucking follower, it's crazy, you know. Crystal has a nice laugh. She does. Yes, she does. Identify as a black woman and you'll get elected. Ooh. I like that. I like it. Faces of the Forgotten. It's a cemetery channel. That's cool. I'm not going to lie and say I'm going to watch it though, because the cemetery thing. I get you, but. Aren't I going to identify as a woman to enter a weightlifting contest, though? Yeah. I'll win too. Like the fucking for Masters B, Masters 2A. Actually, Masters 2A is what I am, 50 to 55. For women, I think the national record for bench press is like 198 pounds for my weight for the 178 pound weight class. I'm gonna break every national record possibly. So I'm not even gonna change my name. Yes, she does. She has the type of laugh that puts a smile on your face. She really does. I was assuming you'd have to not swear if you were if you are clipping the video. I swear like a fucking so. That's there. Yeah, hell yeah. And hello to everybody. Kidneys for Crystal, right? Imagine a bald man saying what? You'll wait the fuck on. So, let's see here. Prepare to perish, Alan. You aren't Hunger Gaming me. Tell me it's not looking like Hunger Games. All of you go back and rewatch the original Hunger Games, like the first movie. They even talk about train derailments and shit like that in that motherfucker. They're punking us at this point. So, if I was right as often as Alan, my ego would be out of control. It's been a good run of 3 years. It really has. Really, really good run of 3 years. And anybody that said I was wrong about anything, you look stupid as fuck. There is a whole Facebook group created by a dude on Facebook that nobody would ever know their motherfucking name if I didn't actually say it at one point in time, who are talking mad ass shit on me in 2020, how I was just wrong and my take on COVID was just wrong and Alan Roberts is just wrong and everything I said is fucking right. All of you look stupid as fuck, because I know some of you are even watching right now. All of you look stupid as fuck. And that's where you belong, because you are all indeed stupid fucking pussy ass motherfuckers. There, I feel better. All right. Roberts Loveliner 2024, unelectable motherfuckers for freedom. I like that, but it would definitely be Loveliner Roberts 2024. And I would actually just be happy being the Secretary of Health for the United States. Save millions of lives and trillions of dollars. Easily. Let's see here. A few more people. During the pandemic, I went outside and walked 2 to 4 miles every day. Good for you. That's the way to fucking do it. That's the way to do it. Alana, I'm not even changing my name. I'm just going to say Alan Roberts. I identify as a woman today. Let me go break all of your national records for the 178 or 182 pound, I believe it is, Masters 2A women. No, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'm not going to fucking put a wig on. I'm going to wear the same fucking outfit. I just am identifying as a woman. You think I'm lying? How dare you question me? Hunger Games with a big bit of Demolition Man. Very valid. Dude was hated by the entire population. I had a lot of people pissed at me. A lot. I thought they were all wrong. Fucking super wrong. And I was right. But anyway. All right, so here we go. let me take care of all the other shit first here real quick. All right, so for those of you that don't know, I really think that we have like a true mental health issue in America because people are so hurt and damaged by words said by strangers, oftentimes not even directed towards them, that it can't be anything but called a mental health crisis. This young lady, and I really mean this, I don't want anybody going over to this young lady's page and saying anything to her because she is very clearly mentally fragile, is what we'll say. She is an extremely fat woman, and in our society, that's not rare at all, which is super unfortunate. But I just wanted to run through what she says. I'm going to let her video play in its entirety, and then I'm going to discuss what happens afterwards. So just stick around for a second.
I can guarantee you that no one has slept with their goofy looking asses. Not one person. Ooh, I don't like fat girls. Well, you know what? It's also not a nice genetic trait. Is crooked eyes and a goofy shaped head and acne. I wish TikTok didn't exist sometimes.
So, as somebody that talks on camera a lot, to just look that dead straight into the camera and not say something for like 20 seconds, that was a little odd. But again, no hate to this woman. And young lady, if you're watching this, I do very much hope that you find your way off of social media, off of TikTok, off of social media, and into a therapist office, preferably one that's based in reality, not in the whoever you've been going to already. But if words of strangers said, not even directed towards you, just in a general fashion, hurt you, you should very much just not deal with that. That's not healthy for you. But imagine if I watched a video of two like late teen girls talking about how they wouldn't sleep with bald men, and me, as a full-ass on-grown adult bald man, started making innuendos about their lack of sexual experience, and then started to pick apart every possible negative thing about their appearance I could possibly get off my head. Imagine if I would have done that. Imagine if I were to have said about two young teenage women that said that they wouldn't sleep with bald men, if I would have done those things. Like, not only would everybody be coming for me, they should. I mean, why am I even fantasizing, imagining, or assuming the sexual prowess of teenage girls? Why is she even talking about teenage boys? She's basically upset with two teenage boys who expressed that she might not be in their bang pool, theoretically, and it hurt her so bad that she basically called them virgins, which I don't even understand how that's an insult, and started saying that they were ugly. Imagine if that was the case. Imagine if I did what she did, except it was teenage girls and they were talking about a bald person. And to the extent, like, I can't do anything about being bald. It will only grow around here. Trust me. I wish the rest of that would fall out. I love being bald. But imagine if I were to have said that about teenage girls. Imagine the backlash, the justified backlash. Because why would you even be talking about their sexual experience? They are teenagers. You are a full-ass on-grown adult. It's creepy. Like, you are so hurt by them saying, two teenagers saying that they might not want to bang you because you're not their physical type, that you're so upset that you are calling them virgins and then insulting their looks, saying how ugly they are. They are not the problem. They are teenage boys who are stating their preference, whether it's rude or not. You are, in fact, the problem because you are, in fact, so internalizing that two teenage boys said that they would not sleep with you, that you have to assume they're virgins and talk about their looks. Like, why are you even thinking about that? Why are you even thinking about their sexual prowess? Like, why does that even enter your head? You're demented to begin with, young lady. You need to get some very serious help and get off of line. This is the problem. This woman is mentally ill. All right? That woman is very clearly mentally ill. And a huge, huge, huge portion of society, anybody that is saying I'm fat and I'm perfect the way I am, I will argue needs some mental health care as well as physical health care. They likely, if you're morbidly obese, need physical therapy and mental therapy, because to just assume, like, we've gotten to the stage now where we're so suspending reality that we're going past, like, just leave people, we're way past just leave people alone because they're fat. Way past that. And I will argue that we shouldn't leave people alone because they're obese. We should help them unfatten themselves, right? We go past that, blow past that. Now we're at the point where you can't say it's unhealthy because we're completely suspending reality, as this woman looked like she was having a hard time standing there breathing. And then it goes, we blow past that too. And then we get to the point now where if you don't want to sleep with a fat person, they are perfectly, apparently, societally justified in talking shit on you. That's where we're at. Political correctness is destroying our country. It is nothing, and I mean nothing, but institutionalized, population level lying to each other's faces. That woman should have been told a while ago, get healthy. Not everybody's going to find you attractive. Like what? I mean, you need everybody to find you attractive? Because again, in the scenario I brought up, where two teenage girls say that they wouldn't want to sleep with sleep with bald guys, I'd be good with that. One, because they're teenagers and I'm a full-ass on-grown adult. And two, not everybody is going to want to do me. Like, I mean, it's weird. I mean, we've reached a very serious, very, very, very serious, dangerous spot where people feel so enabled that everything should be handed to them and everybody should be nice to them and everybody should go to their every little wish and tell them they're awesome all the time. And if not, they then get visceral about it. It's just a sad statement in society, and these people need help. We've got to stop denying reality. God damn. And I'll cut that segment out and I'll use that as a video today. Thank you very much, folks. I appreciate it. Now let's get to the Q&A because I thought that was fairly well put out. I practiced it a little bit, just so you know, as much practice as I do. But I'm going to hop back up and I want to go. The pause, it's a long pause. Long pause. How can she insult someone's looks when she looks like the Michelin Man? Woo! You have the choice to not open the app. Exactly. The way she thinks she's so clever is ridiculous. Yep. That's right. If you can't take it off. I wish TikTok didn't exist. No one is making you have it. I don't have it. Good for you. Good for you. I have it for this week. Next week, though, won't let me have it for a while. Being offended means you're hurt. Not everyone sees things the same. I agree. I really do. And I'm sorry, but when did it become illegal to hurt somebody's feelings? You're telling a joke at somebody else's expense. All jokes, all humor is to at least some part at somebody's expense. All of it. That's what makes it fucking funny. I mean, it's just truth. There has to be truth to the joke in order for the joke to work. Everybody understands this, except for the last couple of years when people have become so soft. What I find amazing is we're doing this thing where people are screaming and yelling at each other on the internet. I was in a little back and forth with some famous person. I have no idea who he was, but I'm friends with Matthew Marston. He's an actor on Twitter. And they were going back and forth, and something about the footage that was just released yesterday. And he made a statement. He made a claim, and I said, "Can you validate this claim? Because if you can, I will share it." And he got super mad at me and called me a cop hater, and I'm this, I'm that. I've just what people call me holds no. Honey, when did I stop caring about what people called me?
Did you ever?
I didn't ever. That's right. I forgot. I didn't ever. Ever. Because what you think about me is none of my business, right? Like when people get super hurt by people, the statements people make about them, it's weakness, right? It shows you aren't confident in yourself. Like, people can say whatever they want about me, my appearance, everything like that. I'm good with who I am. I'm just like super good. Super good. I have accepted the portions of myself that are not the best. And not only not the best, but some fairly dark shit. But what I will say is, when you accept that portion of yourself, if you need to, you can tap into that and use it for your benefit to protect the rest of what you got going on. Keep that noted. Let's see. Whatever happened to sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. They're all hurt by words. They're like, that's another thing too. Like, we've reached a state, like, there's a very serious direct correlation that most of the people that are hurt by words are very physically frail too. Why are we propagating weakness? I'm sorry. It's going to come down to that at some point in time. We look super weak as a country. We cannot on the world stage. We are literally, like, most of these people are so soft that, like, what are you going to do? Like, I'm just being very honest. I announced where I'm going to be a lot. The funny thing is, I announced where I was going to be for a whole week, and there was plenty of opportunity for people to show up. Not one person showed up that had anything to say to me. But most of the people that are like this, that get super hurt by words, are very physically fucking pathetic, weak people. Fat, dopey, or skinny and weak. And what are you guys going to do in the real world? Like, I never have anybody walk up and talk shit to me. Ever. You would think I do. I mean, I have hundreds of death threats over the course of the last couple of years. Hundreds. Not 100, not a dozen. Hundreds of death threats over the course of the last couple of years. Since I started talking about fat acceptance, since 2018, hundreds. Never once. Not once. Because you're all pussies. Like, not you all, but them. They're all pussies. They're all talk. They're just going to talk shit. Say what you want. It's advertisement. Because the best part about what I do, how I run my shit, you can talk mad smack on me as a person all you want. But I'm not the important thing. The data I put out is the important thing. The logic I use is the important thing. The information I put out is the important thing. The advice I give is the important thing. Me, I'm not that important. I just say words that are true, that can be validated by data, facts, and reality, and then I suggest people to do stuff. That's why for a lot of these fat acceptance people, that's why for like April, Lauren, and Beatrice, that's why I'm able to predict exactly what's going to happen with them, because it's just logical progression based off of my immediate knowledge base and years of coaching obese people and their habits and stuff like that. So I'm able to predict what's going on, just the same way as I'm able to look into the government or look into, like, what's going on in the world and predict what's going on. The very second in 2020 that I realized that it was just a cold, yet it had a very good marketing team, I knew it was full of shit, that they were going to go for it. Absolutely go for it. The very rich, very powerful people in our society that own the pharmaceutical industry, that own the food industry, that own they don't own the companies, they own the industries, right? And most of our politicians in the last 3 years, they've been going for it. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, Libertarian. I don't care if you're black or you're white or what color your skin is. I don't care if you're fat or you're skinny. I don't care if you're trans or you're not. I don't care about any of that. I don't. I really don't, because frankly, if you're a citizen, we're all the same people to me. We're all Americans, because that's how I view stuff, right? We need to do something about it, because they have us arguing amongst each other over stuff we can figure out on our own. We can figure this out on our own. But they've got us divided very good, and while they've got us divided, they're just wrenching down on us. They're going for it. The very elite people that own all of these industries and own most of our government are going for it. They are trying to enslave people. You need to wake up. Get there. And that's my segment for that, too. I might even save that one. I don't know. I think it was Michelle McDaniels that said something like that. Fat shaming doesn't exist. Shame is an internal feeling. Don't be ashamed and no one can shame you. Something like that. Like, that's the thing. I'm not ashamed of a goddamn thing. You know? What the fuck? Teenage boys are known for their maturity and logic, right? People are so selfish and offended because they cannot get out of their own echo chamber. That's very true. They use the same talking point. They use the same talking points as insults. They really do. Insults. They really do. She took it personally, and that means she had some shame for being fat. Oh, they're all ashamed. I'm sorry, but like, I love who I am. No, you don't. No, you don't. You love who you are right now on this little video clip you're taking. If you loved who you were, you'd be like, some of you in the chat may have never been obese. I've been obese. You know you're fucked up. You know you're fucked up. You're in pain, and you know you're fucked up. You know you are. There's not a doubt. You know you move slower. You know shit takes you longer. You know you have pain. You know this. You know you're a slave to the food. You know it. You know it. Not one fat person, not one 300-pound person, if I said, hey, I'm a wizard, and I could go like that, and you would have the body that you always wanted, not be fat anymore, and not be a slave to your hunger, they'd all take it. They'd all take it. I refuse to buy. Anybody that says they wouldn't, I think they lie. I think they lie. I did want to say, though, here is the links to No Morbidity. We are for sale at theambrosiacollective.com. We also have the link to a 30-minute consultation. I can help you get your habits in order. You could also join the app. That's where I keep track of my food and nutrition and everything like that. And or you could just get our coaching. We've got a few slots available for the coaching, and we can go from there. So, filters look younger, skinnier, and better skin. They do a lot of that stuff. They really do. I'm not saying I don't occasionally use filters. It's more like, for me, it's more of like it looks like I've been in the sun more often because I do get pale. But once I get in the sun, I don't use filters at all. I really don't. Not unless it's for like for the cover of a book or something like that. So filters would be illegal if America loved who they were. Yep, but they don't. They don't. We hate Americans hate themselves because Americans always try to compare themselves to the movie stars who don't even look like that either. I was a fatty McFat Chops as a kid, a teen, and then back again as an adult. I used all the comments, insults, and difficulties to push me. Good for you. Good for you. My Nomo is on its way to Phoenix. I can't wait to try it. That's outstanding. That's outstanding. It's not the shame. It's what you do with it. Exactly. Filters to improve image quality is fine as long as they can make you look like an entirely different person. Absolutely. I agree with that. I agree. The filter you and Crystal discussed in the video not too long ago is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Social media should be an adult thing. I really believe that. Social media should be an adult thing. Yeah, Avrils, if you spam again, I'm going to block you. This is 2 days in a row. Okay? Please don't. All right? Because I have no idea. Like, here's the thing. I have no idea what the fuck you're even talking about. So stop it. All right? There we go. But yeah, the filter we discussed not too long ago, terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. 100%. But I do feel really bad for that woman. Obviously, she needs mental health care. Obviously, she needs mental health care. To internalize, I'm not spamming you, stalker Alan Roberts. Bye. I'm sorry, maybe I misconstrued it, but I'm not dealing with it. So I'm glad there was no social media when I was growing up. Me too. I use filters for fun sometimes, like the one that makes all my freckles disappear except the one on my lip. Good for you. Filters are for those that lack confidence in who they really are. I think so. Becky, what's up? Adele, Gothic. Yeah, here's the thing. I'm one of the only people that goes lives and interacts with the audience on a daily basis. I wish more fitness people did. I really do. Just picked up Kinetic from Vitamin Shop this past weekend and tried it yesterday. Wow, that stuff is off the chain. I wanted to try taking it closer to my Mental Jewels and see the effects. Be careful because they have a lot of the same ingredients from Kinetic and Mental Jewels. Kinetic is Mental Jewels with stimulants, and a few other things, of course. It's the food they're eating horribly. Exactly, Maddie, and that's why we love you. Thank you very much, Maddie. I appreciate it. Indeed, imagine trying to meet someone online that used that kind of filter, then you meet in person, and it's like a meme. That's the thing too. Like I look fairly much like I look. The only difference is what people don't understand is like. I think I appear a little wider in person because almost every time I use a camera angle, like just so you know, like the camera is level right here. So the camera angle is like the top of my head down towards me. And that's done because I'm not trying to look bigger, I'm trying to look smaller. The sad part is America's mental health care system is beyond broken, to say the least. We don't have a mental health care system anymore. It's almost unregulated. And we should bring back insane asylums because we fucking desperately need them. Absolutely. If my son was with his kid these days, he'd be homeschooled. Oh my God, yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree social media should be for adults. I just don't understand why it's not. Because, like, children should be learning how to connect in person. Like, they need the interpersonal skills in order to, like, online. That's why a lot of them just go buck wild online. They realize they can say any fucking thing. It doesn't actually help with shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, even those 2 young kids that just be like, we don't date fat chicks. Like, I mean, to make a video like that, I get. Like, trust me, I understand. They're being funny, and they think it's funny. But at the same time, like, you know, I mean, I think people lose out on personalized engagement to a great degree. Thea Ivy, hey Alan, a lot of the stuff you said about weight loss drugs is coming true now. You were talking about this last year. It's crazy. It's not crazy. It's logic and critical thinking. I am not tooting my own horn. Toot! I mean, holy shit. Like, I have not, you know, I literally said they will be pushing weight loss drugs and weight loss surgeries on everybody, including children, very soon. Guess what's happening? Told you. Thank you very much, Thea. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate the acknowledgement. I really do, Thea. Thank you. Thank you for your daily lives, Alan. You are truly inspiring. You are very welcome. Thank you very much. I feel for anybody in the dating pool today. You have no idea if you are talking to is who they are. I mean, I couldn't even imagine. I could not even imagine. Crystal and I met before social media. I mean, I'm sure there was social media, but I wasn't on social media for years before, like, until after we got together. Mental inpatient care is terrible. Leaving them to just roam around is why we're at, though, because it spreads, right? Like, people say that obesity isn't contagious. Fat acceptance and obesity are both societal contagions. Both of them. Exactly. If we had a better mental health care system, it would help solve a lot of problems. Exercise has been proven to alleviate depression more than meditation. Not to mention that, but being fat, it makes it almost impossible to be mentally well. Because just hormonally, it makes it very, very hard to be mentally well. Because fat is an organ, it releases a lot of hormones, and, like, especially estrogen. It puts you out of hormonal balance when you're fat as fuck. And it's just impossible to be mentally well when you're obese. It's absolutely, like, you are not running, your endocrine system is not running the way it was designed to run based off of your brain chemistry. You are fucked up. Like, it's the same thing, like, people are like, well, I don't want to get an eating disorder by trying to diet. Like, motherfucker, you're 300 pounds. You have an eating disorder. You just don't realize it yet. You've had an eating disorder for a long fucking time. You know how I know? You're 300 fucking pounds. People don't want to admit it. I've worked in prisons, so they are our new insane asylums. I would imagine. Camera angles make a huge difference. Also stuff around you. People don't get how short I am until they stand something next to me, right? What kind of parents let their children use all this stuff? I mean, I can see it being hard for the parents nowadays, because if every child is on it, you are almost ostracizing your child from society, because they actually use it to, like, actually get together. But the in person is what we should do. We very much need to get back to, like, small town settings. Small towns are good towns. The cities and living so close together, we are animals, predatory animals, as a matter of fact. We are predatorial, competitive animals. We just are. We are not insects. We should not live in hives. We should not live in skyrises. I will say this until the day I die, and I can't prove it, but this is my thought process, just my observation of human nature in general, along with the thousands of people we've coached by now. Living in cities is very bad for people. Very, 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 very bad for people. Living on top of each other is very bad for people. Very, very, very bad. Let's see. when I was online dating, I picked the goofiest picture of myself, unfiltered, to portray my personality. I also went makeup free on a beach day early in the relationship. We're engaged now. That's awesome, Gina. Congratulations. And Crystal and my very first date was a day date at the beach. I was a half an hour early. Then our second date was a lunch date. We went on 2 dates before we went on a night date. And the second date, I was like 45 minutes early, sitting there waiting. Getting off Lexapro safely and slowly now, 20 milligrams, 5 milligrams, almost there. Good for you, good for you. I would never want to be dependent on any drug. That would be horrible. People need to get off them very, very quickly. All right, guys, any questions you want to, go ahead and answer. Go ahead, answer. My husband, when we were dating, made such a big point to me that don't send me filtered pictures. I kept my word, never did. Good. I don't send Crystal filtered pictures, ever. That's good. I mean, why would, it's weird. I don't know. Society's so strange right now. And good for you, Maddie. As someone who works in mental health, there is so much political correctness and tiptoeing around issues. You cannot, to me, it goes like, and Sierra, thank you for your input, by the way. But you can't take care of somebody's mental health while lying to their face. And political correctness is lying to somebody's face. Political correctness is absolutely we just lie to people. Oh, you're fine just the way you are. No, you're fat as fuck. What can I do to help you not be as fat as fuck? Let's unfucking fatten you, because you are indeed fat as fuck. This is bad for you, your family, your friends. This is a burden of a lifetime of money and all sorts of stuff on top of the food and the pharma and all that stuff. How can I help you? But if you can't take me calling you fat as fuck when you sound like you're breathing soup and you can't climb a flight of stairs, if that shatters you, what the fuck are you going to do? Like, if calling you fat when you can barely, when you clearly waddle, if calling you fat hurts you, you are a miserable human being. If I can shatter you with a true word about you, you are not happy. If I can speak the truth to you and it shatters you, you are not a happy person at all. You are living in a state of constant delusion that when anytime anybody opens the window up to it, it upsets you. You are not healthy. You are not happy. You are just pretending. They found a negative side effect of Ozempic that causes blockages in the intestines. Papa Swirlio briefly touched on it this morning. I will look it up. They're going to find tons of it. Somebody's like, they're tested. These drugs are 5 years old. There's not even long-term testing on these drugs. You know, it's ridiculous where we're at. But thank you very much, Stephen Barnes. I'll check that out. I appreciate you. Open the mental hospitals again. We need more than a mental ward for these guys running around. Oh my God, yeah. Mental health is an extension of big pharmaceutical these days. It absolutely is. You cannot walk into a counselor's office without them trying to fucking get you referred to get a script, because they get money from it. I really believe critical thinking is becoming rare nowadays. People just believe anything that is fed to them by the mainstream media, and that's what I don't do. Like, just so everybody understands, like, I'm not some sort of fucking genius or prophet or anything like that. I just don't believe a word that the fucking mainstream media or the government tells me, and I look the shit up myself. That's what I did at the very beginning of the pandemic. I did not look for what they were telling me, and I did not, they weren't going to tell me to be fine, or they weren't going to tell me to, it's perfect, it's super, super dangerous. I wanted to see the data. The data was that it was elderly and fat people from China all the way through fucking Italy. It was elderly and fat people, and that's who we should have focused on. And the very second that they started pretending like it was dangerous for everybody, I knew that they were just going for it. The elites are just going for it. They are trying to emburden all of us. They are destroying the economies, and they are making it so we are dependent upon the government. They are getting people sicker and sicker. Like, they closed the fucking schools. They closed the beach. They arrested people for fucking walking on a beach. One of the healthiest things a person could have been doing at the fucking time. They arrested them. Fucking sad. Sad, sad, sad. Anyway, I agree. I truly don't get how people can't understand. The government has used us as lab rats for years. Tuskegee, MLK, exactly. Exactly. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It absolutely is. At some point in time, it's just going to be, you guys are going to need to suck it the fuck up. Like, because here's the thing. Like, I get that, like, everybody thinks that social media is going to continue to censor people and all like that. At some point in time, one of them won't. At some point in time, one of them is going to break away and make it so that they don't. That's one of the reasons why I'll let you know why they don't. They hate Twitter and Elon Musk, because I can say any fucking thing I want on there. Any fucking thing I want. Anything within reason. I'm not physically threaten anybody, but I can say whatever the fuck I want. I don't physically threaten people over the internet either. I really don't. If I physically threaten you, it's going to be face to face, and you're going to fucking know it. You know, but because I'm not saying I don't physically threaten people, because we live in a weird fucking time. Show up at my front door, and you fucking fuck around and find out. But you know, like I can say anything I want. And TikTok, they hate TikTok because information goes like that. Before they have a chance to suppress it, before they have a chance to go past it, 100,000 people have the fucking have the video. They hate that. That's why they're trying to get rid of it. Emily R. just got here, so I'm lost. Did the Lexapro help? I haven't been well since the home invasion in December. I'm scared of the meds. I'm sorry to hear that you're having a hard time. Obesity and consumption of ultra-processed foods is detrimental to people's mental health. It absolutely is. Bring back walkable cities. While I agree with this, say no to 15-minute cities. That's for fucking sure. Say no to 15-minute cities because they're going to make you get a digital ID, and the government should know next to fucking nothing about you. Like, just so everybody understands, the government should know almost nothing about you. We should know every fucking thing about the government. We should know where every dollar is spent. We should get a weekly report on what money they spent, who spent it, where it went, what it was spent for, and why they fucking spent it. They should have to fill that shit out all the fucking time. You ate dinner 4 fucking times today? Like, why are you eating steak? Maybe you should fucking go this. We should put these people on a fucking stipend. They are our employees spending our fucking money. They are not our ruling class. They work for us. It has been forgotten that they work for us, that none of them have in any way justification to silence us at all. Anybody on either side that contacted social media from our government that tried to in any way silence any fucking citizen in the United States not only should be removed from office, they should go to fucking jail forever. And that's the best fucking scenario I have for them. I'm starting to believe that some of the mental health problems we have is due to our diet. Oh my God, a huge portion of it, dude. The processed food causes inflammation, neuroinflammation too. It's absolutely because of it. Very, very much. Let's see. Again, get your No Morbidity at Vitamin Shop or at AmbrosiaCollective.com. You can also get a 30-minute consultation. You can even get that with Crystal. It doesn't even need to be me. Join the app right here or get 3 months worth of coaching. We've got some slots available. Get it. What will be the cost of product 2? It will be anywhere between $40 and $50. That I know. Probably around 40. I don't even know how to use filters. I hear you. Axiomatic Allure. Okay. I 100% agree about the high-rise buildings and big cities. I am from Miami, Overtown. I left when I was 19, and it was the biggest thing I could have done for my mental health. We are just not meant to live like that. I just really believe that. We are not meant to live like in a hive. And Megan, one of my big wake-up calls was when my best friend called out how much I was eating at a party. It stuck with me, and then like a year or so later I came to, and I made a change. Good for you, and you should thank your friend, Megan Ann. You should thank your friend. I think we are affected by zoochism as the zoo animals are. We are basically human living in cages. That's interesting. It's interesting. Was taking Ember as much as 3 times a day, no noticeable effects. I don't believe you, and why are you taking it 3 times a day? Are you taking 3 half tablets a day? I don't believe you. And if you had no effect, your stimulant resistance is way too high, way too high. And I'm sorry, it's not that I don't believe you, but I don't believe you. The problem with high-rise buildings too is that no one bothers to your neighbors because you have so many. Exactly. How is Nomo different from all the other diet supplements on the fence? No Morbidity is a non-stimulant, non-thermogenic-based appetite suppressant. There's no jitters. There's nothing like that. It literally works on the biological mechanism of hunger in your stomach, as well as stress relief, as well as it works with decoupling of protein 1 NAs from your visceral fat. Okay? It's not something to raise your internal body temperature. It is not something to give you the jitters. It is non-stimulant, non-thermogenic based. I mean, it is. You just kind of I take it, and then that night I am normally a little calmer, believe it or not. And then about 3 days later, I just don't I'm not hungry. Hunger just kind of disappears. It kind of dissipates off. Make sure you get proper hydration, and while you're using No Morbidity, try to make sure that you are trying to move over to a whole food diet. Whole meats, vegetables, fruits, with 5%, maximum of 10 being from ultra-processed items, And that's only for pleasure. Try to consume those later in the day too, so they don't make you hungrier during the day. So no morbidity is not the jittery, like ripped fuel shit. This actually just makes you less hungry and gives you better stress relief. That's what it does. That said, the jibby jab were tests too. Oh yeah, test compliance tests and see how many. Yeah, absolutely. I got catfish once. Dude looked like a GQ model in his pic and Skeletor in reality. Alan, what do you think of proof of Saint Fauci's orchestrating the studies that would directly quash lab leak theory? He should be like, for him not to be detained right now means that nothing's going to happen. That's what I think. He openly lied to the American people about a pandemic. His mortal coil should be severed quickly. That's what I think. I said it. He destroyed so many lives, likely ended so many others. He doesn't. We need to remove him from the land of the living, in my opinion, of course. Anywho, have you seen the health minister of Belgium during 2020? Check out Maddie de Block. Yeah, huge woman, huge woman. Big Pharma cannot fix all mental health issues. We do need to silence them. Yeah, they can't fix the mental health issues. They can't. I mean, most people, the medications make it worse. I mean, people realize that SSRIs the new data says that depression has very little to do with serotonin, right? It's just they've been fucking with you. They've been treating it all wrong for years, decades. Fucking sad. I mean, imagine, look at how much pharma people are on right now. Then close your eyes and think 30 years ago, if people were on drugs, if people were on medications for this stuff, people are like, oh my God, really? You know? We all need to question everything our leaders say, every word, every single day. Our relationship with our leaders is like being in a relationship with an abusive, toxic, oppressive partner. You know, I got a week ban on Twitter, I believe it was, because I made a little graphic and I said we're in an abusive relationship with the federal government. Yep. That's right. Anyway, I love that they were testing a system where the FD could see your vitals and location just before the train wreck. I know, crazy, right? Pre-vid, my job, factory production, would run fine every day. Very rarely would we have part issues. After having no parts is so common, our part suppliers can't keep up, right? I'm telling you, we're not out of it at all whatsoever. Alan, I do have a question. Can I go down to 1 pill a day with Nomo? It's working a little too well for taking my hunger away. Barely able to eat anything yesterday, just a half of a chicken breast, no hot sauce. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, that's how I suggest people wean themselves off of it to see if they've built up good habits. You go down to 2, then you go down to 1, and then you can go off none, and then you give yourself a week. If your hunger starts coming back, pop back up to 1, work on your hydration and healthy habits, and then maybe pop back off, stuff like that. I mean, just so everybody understands, this is not meant to be on for the rest of your life. If you have to for the rest of your life, great. I'm probably going to be on it for the rest of my life because it's my product. But if you don't have to be, it's not meant to be. It's meant for you to be able to build healthier lifestyle habits and healthier lifestyle skills in a state of diminished hunger and increased stress relief. It is safe, effective, 40th of the cost of the harsh pharmaceuticals that have the same claims, I'm glad you do this, brother. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm more thirsty than hungry on Nomo. Absolutely. Way more. Way, way, way more. In fact, I've got to get another bottle here soon. Way, way, way more. I'm doing about 2 gallons of water a day, every day. 2 gallons of fluid, not just water, because I do coffee and tea and stuff like that. Treating bread like a treat now. Outstanding. That's how it should be looked at. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Nomo is the best tool ever. Hell yeah. By far the best tool ever. Maddie, thank you very much. Tell all your friends I appreciate it. Hi, Alan. How do I stop the shaking from the stretching between my meals while on Nomo? Mind you, this is after 6 to 7 hours of no food in between meals. I'm not sure that's kind of different for everybody. Maybe even have something a little earlier. Maybe move your meal time up. I don't like it to get it to the point where I'm shaking. Like, I know what you mean, because like I'll start feeling like, wow, I'm feeling a little shaky, and I'll realize like, fuck, it's been 24 hours since I've eaten any food, and I've worked out once to twice. Especially right now. Like right now, I need to be a little bit more meticulous. Like I can even see stuff like it's starting to come in, where I'm probably dumping subcutaneous fat like crazy, like very quickly right now, and I don't have any visceral fat. So I do notice that too. I would maybe move the mealtime up just a little bit. Always make sure you have some hydration with you, and you could even start it off with a portion of protein and just pull it from later on in the day. And if you have other trouble with that, Thea, you can get a consultation right here, or even join the app. I'm planning on doing a live for just the people in the app at some point in time this week, maybe even this weekend. So please do check that out. Started No Morbidity and noticed I'm eating less than 1,000 calories some days. Should I take less of it? It depends on how big you are. I would set a basement. If you're an adult female woman, 5 foot tall, maybe 1,100 calories is the basement, depending on your activity levels. You should normally take if you are not a super active person, but your caloric minimum, if you are kind of like a lightly active or sedentary person, your caloric minimum should be your ideal body weight times 10. So if you're going to weigh 110 pounds or 115 pounds, it should be 1,150 pounds as your basement, right? Because then you're going to get some activity in. But you could also, if you're just having a hard time getting the food in because you're just not hungry, I don't see a reason why not go to 2 tablets and try that out. And Morrow, let me know how that works out for you. Please do check back with that, though. I'm very interested. So any of the lives you have, try to remind me of this conversation and let me know how that works for you. I want to follow up with any of you that have questions like this. So please come back and let me know how it worked. All right? Yes, he needs to be arrested, and I will pull the plunger myself, just so everybody understands. So. You finally caught the big C. I hope you're okay. You should be good tomorrow. Birth control is awful for you too, even the non-hormonal copper IUD. It's horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Horrible, horrible. I'm doing between 192 ounces of water daily. Nick, that's outstanding. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. I'm glad it's working out really well for you, bro. I really am. Is there something in Nomo that will specifically stimulate thirst? No, there's not. I don't, and I think people notice it more because they pay way more attention to it. One, because I tell them to, but two, like you just don't you don't put fluid, like if you unless you openly think about it, you don't put fluid or food in your mouth because you're just not hungry, right? But there's not really something that actually makes you hungry or makes you thirstier. There's not an ingredient, or the one that I know of. Like it might. I don't think there's any of the ingredients do that, but I'm not saying for sure. So. Bread is literally a scam, doesn't have nutrition, haven't touched bread in I don't know how long. Yeah, it's a good vessel for some stuff too. I don't eat bread, but it's a good vessel. Julian the Butcher, how's your success been with Nomo? She's been doing good. I usually eat little to no bread. I never realize. Good for you, good for you. I think Nomo has really helped me with my stress levels and helping when I take it with magnesium. Good, that's interesting to know. I'll note that. I will note that. Honestly, it's been doing really well for me. It kicked in within 3 days. When I first tried it, I did a Twitter update daily. I've been on the 2-pill dose for a couple months. Now dose is 3. Good for you. Good for you. I feel like the longer I take Nomo, the better it keeps working too. It took me about 2 weeks to feel the full effects, I think. Some people have said that. Some people have been like, I took it yesterday, I can't eat. So I think that's part of this person. Does Nomo help with energy levels? It is not a stimulant, and it does not necessarily help with energy levels. Now, I will say this. It does help lower cortisol levels because it helps lower your stress, and sometimes that does help with energy levels, but it is. I would never make a claim that it helps with energy levels at all. That's one of the things I do. I take a half of Ember first thing in the morning along with 2 mental joules, and that gives me tons of energy. Then I take another half of Ember with 2 more mental joules right before I talk to you folks. And then here in about an hour after I'm done talking to you guys, I'll take my No Morbidity and I'll have my big meal for the day, although I did have some protein earlier today. I'll have my big meal for the day, and then I'll go about my business, Anyway, okay, boom. I might be back later in the day. If not, I can tell you this right now. On Thursday, I believe it is. Who am I talking to Thursday? Thursday, I'm talking to a physician's assistant about everything, like the pandemic and everything. And then on Saturday, I'm talking to a lady called Truth Seeker, and she is on TikTok. So that will be interesting. I don't exactly know what I'm talking about tomorrow, but we shall see it. And I'm going to do some lives. I'm definitely going to pull this live video and go with that thing. So I hope all of you have a great motherfucking day. I really, really, really thank you all for checking in about No Morbidity. I'm very happy it's helping everybody. You can get your No Morbidity at ambrosiacollective.com, Vitamin Shop. It'll be at Tiger Fitness later on this week. Make sure to let me know how it's working for you. We have people that are pitching 25% weight losses in like 6 months, 7 months. It's just insanity good. It's so good. Not to mention, I think it's helping a lot of people change their lives without very serious, harsh pharmaceuticals, with very serious, harsh side effects for just a fraction of the cost. So I hope all of you have a great day. Thank you for tuning in. Here is, by the way, where you can get it, where you can get a consult, where you can buy the app, and where you can get our 3-month coaching. God damn.